Well, welcome everyone to the December 11th special meeting of the Community Development Commission. This is rescheduled from our November meeting that fell around the Thanksgiving holiday. So welcome everyone. My name is Sheila Dodd. I am the new manager of the Grants Management Division. I've replaced, well, I doubt I can replace her, but I'm taking Kelly Murkowski's place. So with the rescheduled meeting, we don't have a chairperson. Ann was not able to make it. So if we could ask someone to nominate a chair to act for the meeting this evening.
If you would like, they had actually asked Ann and I, or me, to kind of co-chair with Ann.
Okay.
So
That'd be
normally
great.
if she's not here, I'd be happy to fill in if there's no objection.
I nominate Chris.
Thank you.
A second.
Thank you.
We can even have a vote on that, I guess, make it official then. Very good. Well, we will call the meeting to order then, and we'll start off with the roll call, please.
Ms. Silvas, Mr. Brown,
I am here.
Mr. Diana,
Here?
Reverend Freeman,
Here.
Ms. Jones, Mr. Moreland,
Here.
is it Mr. Salam,
Yes. Here.
and Mr. Winston?
Thank you. I believe we do have a quorum. So we'll proceed. The first item on our agenda tonight is approval of the minutes from the previous meeting in August. If you would take just a minute or so to review those. If everyone's had an opportunity to review those, I would either entertain a motion to approve them or any corrections or changes that should be made.
I move that the minutes be accepted as read.
There's a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? No, the minutes are approved. And we'll move on now to petitions and communications. I don't know that we have anything in front of us for that. So the next section on here is the section on audience participation. If there is anyone in the audience who has something they want to bring to the commission's attention that's not on our agenda for tonight, now would be the time to do so. Seeing nothing there, then we'll move on to the staff report.
Well, again, welcome everyone. My name is Sheila Dodd, and I am the new manager of the Grants Management Division. I've been here, this is my third week, so I'm just settling in to things, but of course, you know, city business doesn't wait. So I wanted to meet with you guys tonight to talk about the annual action plan calendar, which is later in the agenda. I am working to fill Matt Rejic's position. We had 8 candidates that applied. We've reached out to all 8, or 8 that were our finalists. We've reached out to those 8 to see if any are still interested. There are 5 that are still interested, and so we will be interviewing hopefully in the next couple of weeks to have someone in place by the first of the year. I know it's a tight turnaround, but with the annual action plan calendar starting, I think it'd be important for that person to be on board so that they're involved in the process all along the way. So really no big things, issues on the horizon right now. We've got some rehab projects going. We're closing out the emergency shelter grant from the prior year, getting contracts signed for this year, so that will be launched. And we continue to be involved in our regular meetings of the Continuum of Care, Council of Service Providers to the Homeless, Housing Authority, the Senior Task Force, Community Reinvestment Group, and the Home Technical Committee. I have been trying to attend various webinars and online trainings to bring me back up to speed on the different grant programs. To give you a little bit of my history, I retired from the City of Champaign doing this similar work after being there for 20 years, and then I went to the city, or went to Habitat for Humanity for 7 years, and now I've come back here to Urbana. So I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
If we might, and welcome back, Sheila. You and I have been bumping into each other different places for many years. Good to see you here. Question I should ask, which I'm sure that they did review and so forth. Unlike the time when you transitioned from the city to Habitat, I'm assuming that transferring from Habitat to this city doesn't create the same sort of
Right.
concerns?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, there's not a conflict of interest concern because Habitat doesn't fund Urbana.
Right, that's what I figured,
yeah,
is
yeah.
that it was a one-way street concern, but I
Yes, it
thought
was, and it was quite a concern
that
for about a year.
was fun at the time, yeah.
But before they interviewed, there were at least 2 candidates who worked for Chodos that, and I didn't realize this till I was hired, but they checked with HUD before they went through the process to fill this position, just to make sure.
Right.
Because you're right, Chris, it was a
Hey.
long road.
There's nothing wrong with us making mistakes, as long
That's
as we
right.
don't
That's
do them twice, right? So-
That's right.
Excellent. Very good. And I don't believe there's any old business that we have to attend to, so it's really just the new business on the item, and that would be the annual action plan review.
So I looked at what we have done in prior years, and it seemed to work well, so I just changed the dates. We will have a series of public meetings the January 7th through January 10th week in partnership with the City of Champaign and Regional Planning Commission to get public input on the annual action plan and needs that are maybe identified by our citizens. And then I tried to keep our meetings, any other follow-up meetings, on your regular meeting dates. But you'll notice on January 22nd, the City Council had to move their meeting because it fell on Martin Luther King Day. And so I'd still like to meet with you guys on that date, but if we could do it at 6 instead of 7 here in the council chambers, and that would give citizens an opportunity to still stay in touch with you, but then attend council meetings if they would like to. The February meeting is at your regular meeting, and there isn't any conflict with the room then. So this, again, kind of follows what has been done in the past. Hopefully, we will have the submittal done before May 24th. My deadline in past years has been May 15th, just in case you run into any problems, but.
Okay. I guess, is there any comment on that meeting time? Is that a difficulty for anybody currently here on the 22nd? Okay.
Sheila, were you thinking to move the, so on the calendar that you have, 6 o'clock, you thinking that that's a better meeting time overall as opposed to 7?
I am going to ask you guys to think about that, and then we can vote on it in January, because it will be a change to your bylaws if you guys feel like that's a better time. But I feel like it's better for the citizens to, they don't have to go home and come back. I feel like it might be better for you guys. Having the later night meetings makes for long days for all of us. But I want your feedback on it, obviously. And I haven't passed this final calendar out to the members that aren't here, so I will email it to them tomorrow to be voted on in January. But do you guys have any comments on moving the time to 6 versus 7?
I mean, in general, work wraps up at 5, and I walk home, and then I would walk here. It's not a particular problem for me.
Okay.
But I know other people's schedules are more varied than mine is.
6 o'clock is great, because I can walk straight across the street.
Okay, all right. And then on this calendar for the annual meetings, once we approve this, then we'll submit it to the council so that they can have it for their records. But the December meeting, I suggested moving to December 17th. I'm assuming it'll be like this year. We'll have a consolidated plan calendar to talk about. But Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve are the dates that your meeting would normally fall on, and I don't think you really want to be here for those dates.
Okay. Back to the first question on January. Is that work fine for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So we know we'll at least have a
Okay.
quorum for that from the
Okay.
people here, so that sounds good.
All right, then I will publish the annual action plan calendar of public meetings, if that's okay with you guys.
What's the spring break? Why is spring break on the calendar?
I don't know.
Just for fun?
Yeah,
Extra
yes,
excitement?
yes. It's not my spring break,
There you
but
go.
I don't know why it was on here before, so I thought maybe it was important to you guys or someone else, but,
I don't think so. I don't know why it is. Interesting.
okay.
Historically, there was a time when we had a high enough percentage of the board members were U of I that working around those schedules was sometimes a worthwhile thing to do. Yeah. And as to the other meeting time, if it turns out 6 o'clock is good or better for most people, there's times when 6 o'clock is tight for me.
Okay.
There's times when 7 o'clock is tight for me, but, so.
Okay.
we'll-
Well, and like I said, I can bring that to the whole board in January. I haven't shared it with everybody yet, I
I
just
think that would
finalized it.
be a good thing to do. Excellent. So is there anything else with regard to the annual action plan part review?
Not at this point. We're just starting the process with the calendar. You are more than welcome to attend the public hearings. And my experience is some of them will be well-attended and some may not be so well-attended, but, it's always nice to put it out there.
That has been for those who are newer to the commission. It's always nice if a member or two can make it to some of those hearings, just to be there and get a little direct feedback. But they're certainly not mandatory. But if you're going to work them into your schedule, it's a good thing. All right. Beyond that, I'm sorry.
Is there any particular time that you would want us to be at city council during the year?
I don't know yet. If there is, I will definitely let you know. Like when you review an item, if I feel like it's really important that you're there, we can discuss it
Okay.
then. But I just haven't done a cycle yet, so I'm not quite sure how council feels about things.
Okay.
So
If you need us, call us.
I sure will. Yeah.
Generally, in the past, I won't say our presence wasn't desired, but it wasn't necessary, would be the way to put it.
Yeah.
Traditionally, if we've showed up there or anyone has shown up there, most things go through the commission pretty unanimously and pretty much in favor of them. Occasionally, we'll have something where the commission opinion is split, and sometimes split fairly strongly. And usually in those cases, the dissenting members will sometimes show up at the full council meeting simply to voice their concern on that particular issue. Otherwise, they pretty much take what we've said as a solid recommendation, so we don't usually need to be there to reinforce it. Very good. Beyond that, we do not have any study session items that I'm aware of for tonight. So beyond that, I believe our business is concluded. So we'll hold this meeting as adjourned.